10 live wires will be given a unique opportunity to share their creativity with the world and become the next top live wire. I'm your host, Heather Boyd, and this is Live Wires for the Win Season 2. 6 weeks of wire art challenges will count down to one winner of the grand prize. A collaboration video on my YouTube channel, a $100 gift certificate for my Etsy shop, and $200 worth of wire and tools from Beadalon. Your judges will be wire artist Heather Boyd, multimedia artist and author Patricia Srigley, and doll photographer, artist, and the inspiration for the Mimi Hearts, Mimi B Dolls. In this year's edition, viewers will be invited to vote for their favorite creations. Work will be evaluated on creativity, workmanship, and exploration of techniques and materials. Okay. So welcome everybody to week 2 of Live Wires for the Win. So welcome back to our judges. Hello, Patricia Srigley, artist,
Hi.
author. Hello, and hello to Mimi, photographer extraordinaire.
Hi.
Congratulations to last week's winner, Mustafa, and to last week's viewer's choice, Almond. It's so exciting that this year that viewers can actually vote for their favorite and give feedback about the work. So this week's theme is Flora and Fauna. In this challenge, participants may choose to create wire art or jewelry inspired by nature. As always, it was an open-ended theme that could be interpreted as participants wish. As always, I always tell participants to explore their imagination and have fun with the themes. First of all, we have Mustafa. Mustafa writes, I have decided to name this one the Deer of Life. This piece represents a deer with antlers of a tree, which are growing multicolored flowers and a rose in the middle to represent life and nature. As you can see, the Deer of Life stands too. It was really hard to balance at first, but I found a way around this. It's made completely of wire with a little bit of foil paper for structure. I've made all the components in the piece. Patricia, would you like to start with Mustafa?
I just love this as soon as I saw it. Again, it has that fantasy element. And I was really impressed by the grand size of the antlers. They're so nice and big. And with the little colored decorative flowers, it just was so picturesque. And it stands, which, yes, that is impressive. The body looks very solid and it stands. And yeah, it combines flora and fauna, the themes of the challenge. So yeah, I just thought it was amazingly beautiful.
Nice. And Mimi, what do you think of Mustafa's piece?
So I really like this piece. It's super cool. I like how you wrapped the wire around the foil to make the deer's body. The little flowers on the antlers are a great little pop of color. And I think you've executed the message for flora and fauna very well.
I really love the whimsical antlers and the little sprinkling of flowers, not too many flowers, just a nice little amount. His idea of using foil to do the body was a great idea. It just gives it more density, more of a massive kind of feel. And it's kind of interesting with the foil being the same color as the wire. It works really well. And I also really love the position of the deer. She has her head kind of on a slant. It gives it more expression. It looks like it has a form of curiosity. I don't know. It really has a lot of personality, the deer. I just think it's so sweet. And yeah, it totally stands really well. So great job, Mustafa. So next we have Sharon. Sharon writes, the Sonoran Desert has a wide variety of plants and animals, and these are just a few examples. The saguaro is the home to the cactus, wrens, and lizards, and many other creatures. The cactus blossoms bloom on the cholla cactus too. The palo verde tree blooms bright yellow flowers, and boy, the allergies I get are nothing nice. But the tree is gorgeous. No, it's not a bonsai. LOL. I left a little note inside the tree. We have an amazing sun here in Arizona, and I tried to convey that as well. The gecko and the roadrunner are just a couple of examples of animals in the Sonoran Desert region. We have mountains and the Colorado River too. Hope you enjoy my piece of the world. So Mimi, would you like to start with Sharon's?
Sure. I think it's a very creative way to represent the desert. I like all the different color wires you've used. The lizard is super cute and very well made. It's fun that you have different elements in the circle. It's super well done.
Awesome. Fantastic. So yeah, I'll do Sharon's next. So yeah, I really loved her variety of colors and textures. I love Sharon's sense of humor and the way she describes it. And it really does have a bit of a whimsical feel to the piece as well. I didn't think the tree was a bonsai. I actually thought it was a tumbleweed, which is very appropriate for the desert as well. I love the sort of the lightness of the branches. It has a really desert feel to it. And even though there are a lot of different elements, they're all sort of brought together with the cohesiveness of the ring as well. And some of her wires were a little fine, a little bit hard to see, but that could also be the background made it a little bit distracting. But overall, I thought it was a wonderful piece. I really enjoyed it. Patricia?
Yeah, oh yeah, very beautiful. I was particularly impressed by how many elements she put in there. Like her description says, there's so much going on. I really liked how the cactus and the flowers at the base of the circle are a little bit denser. So at the bottom, it sort of anchors the piece. And the color choices were lovely for the wires. And yeah, just really beautiful, very impressed.
So next we have Almond, and Almond writes, here is my Flora and Fauna wire wall hanging for this week. I have shown Flora as tree and flowers, and I have shown Fauna as a jumping fox, snake on the tree branch, hummingbird sitting, butterfly, and mantis roaming. I have also added landscape for this wall hanging. So I'm going to start with Almond. Yeah, I like the mix of circles with the rectangle. It's nice to have a little bit of variety of shape in the frames. The fox is super sweet. I love the shape and the style and the position of the fox, and that the tree is at the side. That's a nice sort of like asymmetrical look to that frame piece as well. Often we see trees like in the center of the ring. Yeah, the wire is quite delicate. It has sort of an organic feel to it as well. And the landscape's very sweet with what looks like little clouds in the sky and the sun and the trees. Mimi, what do you think of Almond's piece?
So for Almond, I like how each circle has a different element in it. The little fox in the bigger circle is absolutely adorable. And the little tree landscape in this square is a great idea with the little yellow bead, kind of gives like a pop of color. So very cool, cool piece.
And Patricia, what do you think of Almond's piece?
Yeah, very nice. I mean, it's a beautiful piece. You could just hang anywhere in your house and enjoy it as it dangles. And my favorite element was the fox. It's just, I think my eye goes right there because it's so cute and playful, and it looks like it's about to jump right off of there. And so it was whimsical because of some of these elements. And yeah, really pretty.
Nice. I think we all like the fox. Okay, so next we have Amanda. Amanda writes, I really wanted to emphasize on the fantasy aspect of this round. In a lot of my work, I have these fantastical flower people that I adore and thought one would be perfect for Flora. The rose head is 10 individually weaved petals, and there's a center bud wrapped tightly within. I made it almost doll-like to stand or pretend play. The creature that I made is kind of like a deer, but polar bear soft, as I included plush yarn. It has a saddle with an organic feel and a flower crown atop its antlers. Patricia, would you like to start with Amanda?
Yeah, I absolutely loved the pink flower head, and it was so well done and colorful on the green body, which looks like the stem for the flower, but is also a little person that's a bit like, I think, a garden fairy. And I found the animal, to me, I thought it reminded me of a sheep because it has all this nice soft puffy wool coming out of the wire, which I thought was really cute. I did love the mixed media aspect. The vine with the green leaves coming up off the creature is just so beautifully done with the spiral at the end, and just lovely and decorative and fun.
Mimi, what did you think of Amanda's piece?
It was a very creative piece. It's fun that you have a rose that looks like a person. I like the animal is really unique. It was very creative of you to use a pipe cleaner to make it fuzzy. It's fun that you have vines growing out of the animal. I like all of the color wire and your attention to detail. Good work.
Nice. Yeah, I thought Amanda's was really well crafted. The colors are beautiful, nice colorful wire. I love the little nose and the eye on the creature as well. They're cute with the little detail of the beads. And yeah, interesting that she added the plastic leaves and the plastic flower as well to give it a little bit of mixed media. And the position, she's positioned the legs. So one looks like it's up and down. So there looks like there's a little bit of movement as well. So nice job, Amanda. Next, we have Laura. So Laura writes, I have created a nature scene with an owl in the tree. The tree is attached to an obsidian rock which flowers grow with the base of the tree, and the little moose looking for food to eat. So Mimi, would you like to start with Laura's?
Well, for Laura, I really like the wrapped wire. I like how you've included a semi-precious stone in it, kind of gives it more value. I think the little owl in the tree is like super cute. I like the little spirals at the end of the branches. And I think overall you've done a good job. It looks like a solid piece, which is always nice to see. And I like how like the color of the wire actually represents like an actual tree. You didn't just use a silver wire. It's more realistic in that sense. So good job.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I agree. I love the earthy colors of the wire. It fits so well. And I love that she used that semi-precious stone. It's really beautiful and massive. I like the interaction of the two creatures too, you know, the one in the tree and then the moose slightly, maybe possibly looking up. It's got a nice little feel to it with the two characters in her scene. And I love the moose. I love the simplicity of the moose, the kind of wrapped body, but then the very simple antlers and the very simple legs, but it gives like a super impression of a moose. I think that's my favorite part was the little moose. So wonderful job. Yeah, I love it. Patricia, what do you think of Laura's work?
Oh yeah, as soon as I looked at it, I felt like it was telling a little story, and I was saying, what's going on here between these two creatures? And I do love the rock as the base and the tree sprouting up from that solid base, and those cute little flowers that grow up from the base of the tree on the top of the rock. I thought that was a really nice touch. So yeah, I thought it was a very cute storytelling piece.
Good job, Laura. So next we have Bernice. Bernice writes, it's a cute baby mouse sleeping in a rose for my daughter. This is made of bare copper, antique copper, and silver-plated copper wire. I made it for my daughter who has been looking after an injured mouse. The tail is 26 gauge, coiled with 26 gauge. Her weaving style is amazing. It's so beautiful and so clean. I love this silhouette of the leaves with the stem, sort of as all one silhouette and then filled in with the weaving. I think it gives a nice kind of effect. The mouse is so sweet. If you look up close, you see like the little ears, and it's a cute, very cute little sleeping mouse. Yeah, and it looks like a very solid, well-made piece in Bernice's signature style. Love it. And Patricia, what do you think of Bernice's?
Yeah, it appears to be a small piece, but it's just so exquisitely made. And yeah, I was just blown away by her technique, and it's so beautiful. The workmanship, it's incredible, like you said. And that tiny mouse in the center, it really adds to it. Like I would love to wear this as a pendant. If I saw this, I would buy it because it's so cute and beautiful, and I would wear it as a pendant.
True. Yeah, good idea. And Mimi, what do you think of Bernice's piece?
So for Bernice, I think I really like the story behind it. I think it's really fun that you've included your daughter in your piece for this week. The piece is, first of all, really well made. As like Heather said, the wire weaving is really well done. You have good attention to details. Everything is precise and perfect. I absolutely adore the baby little mouse sleeping. Yeah, it is so cute. And so good job.
Awesome. Congratulations, Bernice. Great job. Now we have Sabrina. Sabrina writes, I made a jewelry set with daisies. I made a bracelet, ring, earrings, and necklaces. I made the daisy using red 18 gauge aluminum wire. I used 20 gauge for the frame of the bracelet and 26 silver gauge for the wrap. I made this theme with a red daisy, as red is the color of fall and silver is the year someone has been with someone. I pictured being in a field of daisies with a wedding or fall party, being dressed up and enjoying time with family and loved ones. Patricia, would you like to start with Sabrina?
Yeah, I really liked the simplicity of the pieces and the choice of color, just the silver and red, just two colors contrasting. And I thought that made it very strong. And it's a whole set. And because it's made all the same way, it holds together as a set you could wear. And I like the simplicity of it. Yeah, very beautiful. Good job.
Mimi, what do you think of Sabrina's piece?
I really like how you had a jewelry set. We don't see that very often, so that was really cool. Each of the pieces have similar flowers to match, which kind of brings the piece all together, which is a good attention to detail. I think using the red wire to represent the flowers was a great idea. The necklace is adorable. I like the flowers going up the necklace. I think that really added a lot to that necklace. Also, the flower dangling in the middle of the little circle on the necklace was like a sweet little accent to it. But overall, great work and good job.
Nice. Yeah. So for Sabrina's, I really love the bracelet. Like I would totally wear that. It's like a nice little sculptural piece on its own. It's so pretty. Yeah, I agree with Mimi that it's a nice choice to make a jewelry set. She's explored a little bit of weaving, a little bit of wrapping, and she was very scrappy with her materials in that she even made the chain around the necklace out of wires. So it's nice that it's made entirely of wire. I believe it looks like she made her earring hooks too. And I do like the colors, and it's interesting that she explained, the red for the fall and the silver for like a wedding type of thing. So I like that she infused that type of theme into her work. So very nice job, Sabrina. Congratulations. So next we have Mia. So Mia writes, when I got accepted to this wonderful event, I decided that I was going to try to step out of my comfort zone and explore new techniques, make things I've never made before, and go with the flow. I really love this week's theme, and I've had so much joy and fun. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and apparently my creation for this week is what happens when I let my imagination and creativity fly free. I did learn new techniques. For example, I knitted a mesh to use for the yellow flowers, and I also made a 3D bird, an actual flying bird. I had no idea I could do that. This is my picture of nature. It's a 3D window decoration with lots of different things in it so that maybe you can see something new every time you look at it. So Mimi, what do you think of Mia's piece?
Well, I like how you stepped out of your comfort zone. I think that's absolutely amazing. I love how you were knitting with wire. That is super cool. The bird is super neat. I love the wrapped wire and the fact that you have it around the circle. Yeah, you have the bird dangling in the middle with using the clear string. So that was like a really creative way of making the bird look like it's actually flying in the circle. I like all the dragonfly, the mushrooms, and the ladybug, and like the flowers. I think it kind of gives a nice flora and fauna feel to it, and each and every one of them are like super well made. And I appreciate how you use different color wire for each of those items. It brings a lot of life and color to your piece, and I think it's a beautiful piece. Well done.
Patricia, what do you think of Mia's work?
I was so attracted to this. Each piece around the wreath, each element looks to be so exquisitely made. It was like I wanted to walk up to it and look at each thing nice and close up. Yeah, she tried new things, and it looks like she's been doing it for years. She did such a good job. And of course, the flying bird is the central element, and it looks like it's really flying. I was so impressed. I would definitely hang this in my house and enjoy it and love to look at it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I would definitely hang this in my house. I love that it had sort of a wreath feel. You could almost put it on your front door as an autumn wreath. I love all the elements. I agree with Mimi. I love like the wrapping around the outside with the branches sticking out. Looks super cool. The mushrooms, I love those mushrooms with the little caps that are kind of woven around to be more three-dimensional. And then the little beads to represent the spots on the mushrooms. I thought those were like adorable. I want to make one. And the dragonfly is exquisite. And then the little flowers with the, looks like crocheted kind of around the outside. So yeah, definitely a beautiful piece. And the bird is so sweet too. A nice challenging piece for you, Mia, and you did a great job. Congratulations. Next, we have Jade. So Jade writes, this piece distills my idea of the plant and animal life where I grew up in South Carolina down to a simple image. I remember the birds making nests in the trees around my house and learning about birds through the seasons. I call this wearable and versatile work a place to call home, as a reminder of the flora and fauna we share the planet with, as a memory of my childhood, and as a metaphor for understanding the universal need to feel comfort, stability, and belonging. This piece is constructed of a range of wire gauges and colors and several wrapping techniques in an effort to achieve the feel of a gentle autumn memory. It is wearable as a headpiece and or usable to store small home items. I'll start with Jade. I love that she named her work a place to call home. It always gives the work a lot more interest when it has a name. I love the bird's nest as a headpiece, such an interesting concept. Even the little eggs are so cute. They're like three-dimensional. And then all the different types of foliage that she did, done in different techniques with the spiral, with the twisted wire, with the woven wire, all done in nice kind of autumny colors. As with Jade's previous piece, it works really well on its own as a sculptural piece as well. So just a bonus that it's wearable. Mimi, what do you think of Jade's work?
I think it's a beautiful piece. I love how you've incorporated your hometown into your piece. It's really cool that you have your childhood memories also included. It gives it a lot more meaning and value. I love the wrapping techniques you've used on this piece. I think that you've paid attention to the detail of each of the types of leaves and how each one has its own texture. You have those colored wires that represent each and every leaf more accurately than if you were to use silver wire. I think overall you've done a really good job. Good job.
Nice. And Patricia, what do you think of Jade's piece?
Oh, again, just beautiful. She's so creative, and I love the variety, as you've both said, of the colors of the wire and the different techniques. And it's also a multi-purpose item, which is amazing. It's true. You can be a bowl, you can wear it. And there was also a picture of it in a plant, which I thought was sweet. Just set it into a plant and it would decorate the plant. It was very impressive, very beautiful.
And now for some feedback from the viewers. For Mustafa, this is absolutely fantastic. I love the antlers. It throws me right into the fantasy world. Thank you. Very amazing, looking good, and we can see the hard work in that deer. Nice work done by Mustafa, especially I love the rose on the head, which represents life. Love the whimsical antlers with the flowers. Mustafa, I like your sculpture of the deer, especially the head tilt and the way you created the antlers. The weaving of the rose on the top of the head is beautiful. And for Sharon, I love the colors. Fantastic. Maybe a little chaotic, but so much work. Sharon, I love your cacti and your lizard. I like the use of copper wire for your roadrunner's wings and the crown on his head. Love the pops of color throughout your piece. And for Almond, I love how the bottom ring looks like its roots or vines wrapped around the ring. Love the fox in motion. Almond, I love your leaping fox. He's so cute. I see the snake wrapped in the branches. I think I see a silver butterfly. I see the purple beads in the circle bird. And for Amanda, I love the rose for the head and the colors really work well with each other. Love the flower head. I'm a big fan of Amanda's work and her organic, whimsical style. Amanda, I love your sculpture of your Mrs. Rose. She's absolutely gorgeous. Your wrapping and weaving on her petals are wonderful. And how you wrapped your deer polar bear over the soft material and the way you shaped it makes it look alive. I love that you use multimedia in your piece as well. And for Laura, I love that you use the rock as the base. I really like the flowers at the base of the tree. I love the little moose. Your owl is cute and I like how he stands out. And for Bernice, beautiful, nice. Your flower is so amazing and it looks so great. This is beautiful. I love that you made it monochromatic. Everything can be seen. Your weaving is awesome, gorgeous, so clean, neat, and beautiful. Bernice, I love this piece. Your craftsmanship is amazing. How you wrap the stem around the petals is nicely done. Your weaving is just beautiful as well. I really like that the piece has a close personal meaning for your family. It makes it even more special. And for Sabrina, I love that you thought about more than just what can I make. You thought about why you could use the colors and what they can be representative of. A lot went into making a whole set. Sabrina, I love the color combination you use for your jewelry set you made here. I like the weave you did on the ring. It makes it pop. And for Mia, I love this. There are so many things on this one, like the cute mushrooms. I really like this one. Cool weaving. This one just is beyond wow. Mia, I love your piece. So much to look at. Good for you for trying to make a sculpture. They are so difficult to do. My very favorite part of your creation is all the beautiful pops of color around your piece. They are so well made. Your weaving is amazing. Love your calla lilies, dragonfly, and snail. And for Jade, very nice crown. I love this. It's so pretty. I would have never thought about making an actual bird nest for my wire projects. Very pretty colors. Jade, what a beautiful piece. I love the use of different color wires. I love that you use round wire and twisted wire as well. Gives it more dimensions. Very nice. And as for the viewer's choice this week, we had a whopping 42% choosing Mustafa. So congratulations, Mustafa, on being this week's viewer's choice. In second place with 21%, we had Mia. And tying for third place with 15% each was Jade and Bernice. Congratulations for being the viewers' choices. Thank you so much to the viewers for voting and for giving such amazing feedback. So now comes the fun part. So we get to choose our favorite for this week. And so why don't we start with Patricia? What were your top 2 or 3 favorites this week?
So yeah, it was very hard this week. All the work was so beautiful and it was hard to narrow it down to 3 picks, but I had to, so I did. My 3 picks this week are Mia, Bernice, and Mustafa. And it was very hard to not pick Jade too, but it had to be 3. So that's the 3.
Perfect. And Mimi, which were your 3 favorites?
So my 3 favorites were Mustafa, Mia, and Sharon.
And my 3 picks for this week were Mia, Jade, and Sharon. So therefore, by popular vote, the winner this week is Mia. Yay, Mia. Awesome. Fantastic. Now comes the even harder part. This week, we're actually sending 2 participants home. We started with 9 participants and we have 6 weeks of competition. So we've had a couple of weeks that we have to send 2 people home. That's just the nature of the series. We are going to have to make that decision. So why don't we start with Mimi? So Mimi, who are the 3 people you're considering to go home this week?
Okay, so unfortunately, my bottom 3 would be Almond, Jade, and Amanda.
Okay. Patricia, who are you considering to go home this week?
This was hard too. Sabrina, Almond, Flora.
And the 3 that I'm considering to go home today are Almond and Amanda and Sabrina. We had to decide between Amanda and Sabrina, so the viewers' votes made the decision. So unfortunately, this week, we're going to have to say goodbye to Almond and Sabrina. Thank you both for your amazing participation in the challenge. Thank you for your creativity and your wonderful ideas, your enthusiasm. And we hope that you're going to continue to follow the series and keep creating beautiful wire art and jewelry. Thank you, everybody, for your amazing participation in the challenge so far. Stay tuned for week 3. Viewers will be able to vote for week 3 starting Monday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, time. They'll have 24 hours to vote and give feedback. Thank you everybody for watching, and thank you to the judges each week for coming on and giving your amazing feedback. And we'll see you guys the next time. Bye.
Bye.